All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from the Great Millstone Cleveland branch. I'm the brother Shamak,
Brother Quan Waller.
and we're gonna start off by, of course, giving our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Masha Nakabah, Laha Zakoyan, Sha'argadar Rakab, giving double honors to the elder apostles who we learned this truth from, and Shalom to the elect. And we're gonna get right to some scriptures dealing with the lake of fire, the second death. Right, that's what this lesson is entitled, right? And we're gonna get right into some scripture, starting off with Revelation chapter 20 and 14.
This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. It says, "And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death."
Right, so death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. That's how you know that it ain't no underground place where you burn forever. And hell, you know what I'm saying, like the Christians teach, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be lasting forever. Because it just says death and hell were cast into a lake of fire. So if hell was forever, then how is it gonna get cast into a lake of fire? That doesn't make any sense. Right? So the second death is talking about the lake of fire, which is the Lord is gonna create in the midst of all of the destruction that he's going to cause when Yahweh Shah come back. He's going to shoot the missiles, but also you're going to have the chariots, fire and storm and tempest. You know what I'm saying? And you know, flames of fire that's going to be in the midst of that, which is going to make it a great big lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the second death is, because the first death, like the scriptures say, matter of fact, could you no, you ain't gotta get, I'm gonna quote it, but the scriptures say in the book of Matthew chapter 24, and I think that's verse 22 or 32, that it say talk about the time of Noah, yeah, and the time of the flood, right? Because the first flood was by water, so this one is gonna be by fire. Could you get that?
They're both, cleaning agents, all right? And the Lord is about to clean this place rid of these diseases, man. Starting with these Edomites, and then with the 2/3 of our people, man. All right, the wicked. All right, the wicked of our people. All right, and it says, "And death and hell was cast into the lake of fire." Death is going to be put under our feet, man. Death was put under the Lord's feet, man. All right, the scriptures say the wages of sin is death. All right, we're not going to sin no more. We're going to be like righteous robots. All right, all this death is going to pass away over here in America. It says in hell. Hell is the condition, all right, on the earth, all right, or the grave, all right, and there ain't gonna be no more servitude for up under these heathens, all right. We ain't gonna be in this hellish conditions no more, all right. That's gonna be all cast into the lake of fire, all right. And like the brother said, this is the second death, all right. The first death was by the flood. The second death is gonna be by this fire, all right. With starting with the missiles, and then the chariots, man. Gonna be blasting this place with a laser beam, with concentrated fire. All right.
Revelation 21 and 8 times.
This is Revelation chapter 21 and verse 8. It says, "But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death."
Right, like the scriptures say, shall no effeminate, nor fornicator, nor adulterer can enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna find yourself in that lake of fire if you are gonna find yourself in the name of any of those that we just named. All right, and it said that burning with fire and brimstone. This is the second death, man. You know what I'm saying? The scripture the Lord is gonna do something similar to like how He did to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna rain fire upon America. This is gonna burn in 1 hour, city by city. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fall down all together in 1 hour, man.
Right. The scriptures talk about, remember Lot's wife. What happened? She looked back upon what she found was beautiful and lustful in her eyes. You are just the world, and a lot of people is going, look back. The scriptures talk about, if any soul look back, my soul shall have not pity on them. Left the paraphrase. All right, but I'm glad Wisdom of Solomon. Salaki, if I'm talking low, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10 and verse 7. It says, "Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a
Mm.
monument of an unbelieving soul. All right,
Is it?
that's how the Lord gonna come back and zap a lot of you people and turn you into pillars of salts, man. All right, it's gonna be a
Mm.
lot of unbelieving. So that's what America gonna be a
Mm.
monument, a testimony of
Right.
how not to live. All right, or structure life or rule a society, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's what Babylon is a master of fornication, and within all idolatries, and it took everything. It took all the kingdoms, gods, and wrapped it into one. All right, and made this freak ass place, man.
Mm.
But that's what this place gonna be, a monument, man. All right, of a whole bunch of unbelieving souls, man.
God. Oh, could you get the Revelation 15:2?
Come
Just like Lot's wife, she was made of pillar. She was burnt up, man. You know what I'm saying? She looked back. She wanted to go back and live that, you know what I'm saying, sodomite dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord is gonna wipe this place clean, and all of them that live like, want to continue in this beast system. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be burnt up right along with it, man.
Not even so much that South my dream, they was had a lot of land, He had a lot of cattle, he had a lot of riches, and she ain't want to leave that behind. And that's gonna be a lot for a lot of people, man. That's why a lot of people gonna take that seat hit. Matter of
Mm.
fact, we're gonna grab that Revelation 14:9. But this Revelation 15:2 says, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the hearts of Yahweh.
Right. So the elect is gonna they gonna stand on that sea of glass, meaning over the firmament, and they gonna, you know what I'm saying, see the destruction, man.
Like, gonna be in a chariot looking down.
Exactly. You gonna see the destruction, and the elect ain't gonna partake in the destruction. But you Edomites, and you wicked, the wicked, like the scriptures say, and the wicked of our people. You gonna find yourself in that fire, man.
Revelations 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, or receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, if you take that Cetus or that Duralink, following after this beast system, the Lord got the judgment set for your ass. You're gonna be burnt up in the lake of fire, and you'll also be getting zapped with the chariots, man, the fire and brimstone, concentrated fire, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it says the sight of the angels, I am the sight of the Lamb, and the Lord is gonna, the scripture say, bring my enemies before me and slay them. Those that would not have the Lord reign over them, man.
Yeah, it's Luke 19th chapter.
I'm gonna go to 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel 23 and 6. It says, but the sons of Balaam shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they could not be taken with hands, right? And thorns, right, in the garden, because Isaiah 5:6, it talks about how Israel is the Lord's garden. Right? The Lord don't want thorns up in his garden with these
Mm.
wicked niggas, man.
Mm.
So it says, it says, but the sons of Balaam, which is the wicked two-thirds of the wicked of our people, shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands, but the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron, and the staff of the spear, and that's talking about the missiles. Because I'm gonna grab that in Job 20 and 24. I'm gonna grab that in this. It says, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. Are you gonna be over here burned up, man, by these missiles? Because right here it says in Job 20 and 24, it says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, talking about the missiles. It says, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right, scriptures talk about how the arrow shall be shot from one end of the earth to the other end, it shall not miss. All right, that arrow is going to strike you through, man. Especially if it got your name written on it, because when you go to Jeremiah 17, I'm going to grab that before we got it. Okay. Jeremiah 17 and 13, it says, O Lord, the hope of Israel, all that forsake thee shall be ashamed, the ones that's going to forsake him. kind of already did now because they haven't repented.
Right.
All right, they gonna take, they're gonna follow after Esau, this beast system, and take the seed, man. All right, they're gonna forsake the Lord. All right, the true living waters. All right, the true cistern. All right, it says, and they that depart from you shall be written in the earth. Are you gonna be written in the Lamb's book of life? Are you gonna be written in the earth? You're gonna be judged there, man.
Revelation 20.
It says, because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of living waters, man. All right, trusting after all these gods, man. The Lord said, call them after the gods you have chosen, let them save you another day, man. Because the Lord ain't gonna do nothing but laugh at your calamity, man. All right.
Lord's willing is an edifying 20 leg member. The Wadi Yahweh from the shop for giving us a spiritual to this lesson. We're going to close out by giving our honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kabadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Barry Millstone, Shalom, Kwame Sha'ala.